Good evening. I don't usually make videos at this time of night. It's the 29th of October and I've just come back from my dog walk, very pleasant walk with my little ones. And the Lord said to me, David, make a video. And I said, Lord, it's past 6 o'clock, hardly any light. He said, make a video. I said, okay, on what? He said, Halloween. I said, oh yeah, sure, Halloween is coming up. Halloween is October the 31st. And it's one of the most active times for witches, warlocks, satanists, generally the occult. Very active time where spells and hexes and all sorts of stuff are done. So he wanted me to make a video to warn you. Where does this word Halloween come from? When Jesus was asked by his disciples in Luke 11, the disciples said, verse 1, teach us to pray. Jesus said to them, when you pray, say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I thought, that's where it comes from. Hallowed means holy. Holy be your name, or sacred be your name. That's the root of it. Now, what's this "een" business? E apostrophe E-N, or in Halloween, it's just E-E-N. Well, it comes from evening. It's the evening before, like Christmas Eve. Well, it's not Christmas-een, it's Christmas Eve. But here, it's Halloween, the evening before something sacred. And in the Christian calendar, in the Gregorian calendar anyway, you have the 1st of November is All Saints' Day. I'm not too sure about the significance of that, but it's the night before All Saints' Day, so it's a hallowed evening. Now the devil's stolen this, just like he stole the rainbow. The rainbow is a sign now of homosexuality and lesbian gay rights and stuff like that. But the rainbow was a sign of Noah's covenant, or God's covenant with Noah, that he wouldn't flood the earth again. So the devil is in the business of stealing stuff and using it for his own purposes. So hallowed evening has now become the most wicked evening of the year, of the calendar. So that's where it comes from. Now, all this stuff about trick and treat, I'm not quite sure, kids go around and knocking on doors and demanding money and stuff like that. And you may think, well, it's just a bit of harmless fun. I'm here to warn you, danger up ahead. If, for instance, excuse me using this example, but, if my dogs make a mess on the pavement, I pick it up in a sachet and put it into the dog bin on the road. There's dog bins provided. But my hand smells afterwards. I've touched excrement. And if you touch something, you become infected with it. If you touch the occult, you have opened a door to the devil, given him a legal right. And if you, as mums and dads, oversee a Halloween party, you're actually encouraging little magical spells. Oh, what's the harm in that, David? Come on. Have you heard of Harry Potter? When Harry Potter came out, the books of Harry Potter, everybody said, it's great stories, and she's a very good writer. But it's occult, and it's actual spells. These are spells which, if you do them properly, they work, and you can put a spell on people. I've not looked at any Harry Potter. I won't have it in the house. I won't have a Father Christmas in a magazine in the house. Because these things, the devil says, this is harmless. It's not going to do your kids any harm at all. It is not harmless, it's harmful. And the Lord asked me to make this video. There's very little teaching on it. It's a warning. Do not let your kids or your teenagers or your young people, whoever, or even adults, don't dress up as witches and warlocks and pretend and do spells and all this stuff. Have a party on the 1st of November if you must, but don't have one celebrating evil. Do not celebrate evil. The devil has a real good time on this evening. Many people have got curses put on them. Now, I can't remember his name, but he's a man who's regularly interviewed on Sid Roth. And this man was a warlock high up in the hierarchy of Satanist. And he has exposed what goes on Halloween, and he is giving warnings. He's much more informed about it than I am, because he was actually in the system. But he has given warnings, and I want you, as people who watch my videos, to perhaps look into this and check online, check on Sid Roth and check on Halloween, and you'll see it's not a game. All Christian ministers have got a responsibility to warn of danger, and I am warning you of this danger. So stay clear of it. It's in the culture. Yeah, I know it's in the culture, but we are not a subculture. We're not part of the culture. We are a counter culture. And I'm just flipping through my Bible to 2 Corinthians 7, because there's a word of warning from Paul, because Paul was a persecutor of Christians, and he had to, they didn't trust him to start with. It's 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 17. This is what Paul wrote. He says, "Come out from amongst them, the unbelievers, and separate yourself from them, says the Lord, and touch not any unclean thing, and then I will receive you kindly and treat you with favour, and I will be a father to you, and you shall be my sons and daughters, says the Lord Almighty." That's 2 Corinthians 6, verse 17 and 18. Sounds good to me. I'm going to keep away from this stuff, and please take notice of this warning. I've done it specially for you and for your family.